Hi everyone, Marty here again. We're going to show you how fun, intuitive, fast and easy Gig Performer is at creating your dream rig. So here we have an empty session of Gig Performer, nothing loaded in at all. And I'm going to show you how quick it actually is at creating a sound patch from nothing to gig ready. I'm going to hit the stopwatch now. Here we go. I'm going to create a piano patch, hit the wiring view and right click, and I'm going to choose a piano, my favorite from Modart, the Piano Tech 8. There we are, that's loaded up. Let's connect that with MIDI, with this virtual MIDI cable, like so. And let's add in a quick audio mixer, an 8-channel one. That'll give us some volume options later on. That's it there. We'll take the audio from the piano into 2 channels of the mixer, and then out of the mixer, basically to your speakers, and we already have sound. Now we just need a tiny little bit of control. Hit panels, edit. We'll just put in a text label very quickly so that we can see the name of the rack space. I'm going to type in piano very quickly. I'm not a very quick typer. Whop up the front size so we can see. There we go. And I'm going to add some volume control. So let's drag in a slider. There's a blue slider. There's loads to choose from. We will map that now to a slider on my controller, like so. There we go. And we will then map that to the 2 channels of the audio mixer that the piano is coming through. Simple as that. And we have sound and volume control. And that was in 1 minute 30. So I've made up a totally usable sound patch quicker than it takes to boot up a Korg Kronos. Let's expand on that piano and create a layer. All we have to do is right click and choose another sound. Let's go for a Cherry Audio. I do love the Pro Soloist. There we are. And there you see the block for Pro Soloist. To get the MIDI information from your controller to Pro Soloist, you just drag another MIDI cable to that block, like so. Just so intuitive. Drag audio cables, like so, to another 2 channels of that mixer. Now, if you hold Shift, when you drag one cable, it'll automatically put in a stereo pair for you to save you time, like so. Awesomeness. Let's now choose a sound on the Pro Soloist, and we'll have 2 sounds. And all we need to do now is create an extra bit of control to control the Pro Soloist, and we can just quickly add another slider if we wish to control volume, but you can control anything at all. Let's map this quickly to another slider. There we go. And we'll map now the audio mixer to that slider with the channel that Pro Soloist is using. And as quick as you like, we now have a pad and piano. Now the wiring view, this really is a powerhouse section of Gig Performer. It is your digital playground where you can virtually connect up instruments, effects, stomp boxes, amp sims, samplers. The world is your oyster. And if you're a musician and you gig already and you're used to plugging in real instruments into real mixers, speakers, microphones, microphone cables, guitars, all that, you're already halfway there when it comes to Gig Performer. With colored blocks and colored cables, it's so intuitive to use. Like for instance, when I press a key here, you can even see the MIDI and audio signals routing through those blocks as the cables change color. Say we wanted to add the chorus effect to the piano, but not Pro Soloist from Cherry Audio. It's as simple as holding Shift and dragging that block into the audio path of the piano. And it's done in a second. And if you wanted to, you can create controls for that chorus. And of course, you can take time and place things and make them all colorful and pretty and all that kind of stuff. Now, obviously, we're going to use more than one sound in a keyboard rig, but you don't have to start from scratch again with a whole new rack space if you want to start building something new. Let's duplicate that rack space. But now I'm going to change this duplicate rack space into something completely different. Hit that wiring view again, and on the Piano Tech 8 block, we're going to replace the plugin. And I'm going to choose an electric piano this time. This one actually comes with gigperformer. Now, because we've only changed the instrument block, we still have volume control over that piano. And we're going to change the synth sound to the Blue 3. And because we've only changed the instrument block and not the routing, we still have all our controls intact. There's the volume for the organ. Obviously, we don't want to call this one piano because we're going to get confused. So we just go into edit for that rack space and change piano to EP and organ. And we'll quickly change the background color of that rack space to blue. And as quick as that, we have 2 rack spaces already. Piano pad and an EP and organ. We can add a quick variation to this rack space. So if we right click, choose new variation, we now have the same rack space, but now we can vary your widgets and your controls on the screen. This is super, super powerful. So the first default rack space is just basically that piano. The variation, however, we're going to up the pad and turn that chorus on a bit. Not play anything just now. We'll just go back to the default. You'll see everything snap back to the way it was. So there's the piano. Now we hit the variation. Instantly turns your controls automatically to whatever you like, and you can have an infinite number of variations. Now let's go back to the wiring view because there's some great tools in here to streamline your rig creation. So for instance, if you right click anywhere on a blank piece of the rack space, you'll get a list of all of the available plugins on your system, the internal plugins from gigperformer and all of your installed plugins. Now, for instance, say I love that Blue 3 organ from Cherry Wood. I'm going to use that a lot in my rig. I can right click and save that as a favorite. Just call it quickly Blue 3 and save. So if I want to access that again very quickly, I just right click and choose favorites and bang, it's there straight away. I don't have to go looking through all the plugins. Another thing we can do is save all or part of your wiring view setup as a preset. So if there's a portion that you think you might use again, for instance, this EP with chorus, we can highlight that together like so and save that as a favorite. So for instance, if I open a brand new rack space, right click and choose favorites again, choose EP chorus, and it'll bring up that whole selection of blocks in one preset, which is a great, great time saver. All I have to do here quickly is draw a MIDI cable in and I can go straight out to the speakers and I have that sound. Now, Brett made a fantastic video a few weeks ago. Go check it out. I'm sure he'll put the link down below. And he was showing you how, yes, you can do these things in other software like Ableton and Mainstage and Logic and all these wonderful pieces of software in their own right. A simple layer like this in Ableton and Logic, trickier than you think, and you have to start trawling through a lot of tutorials on YouTube and manual diving, and it turns me off completely. Brett was demonstrating how to create a multi-timbral layer in Mainstage, creating channel strips and then copies of the channel strips and aliasing them and then linking them with MIDI channels, and I just went, I'm gone. So yeah, I'm a musician first and a tech guy second. I want my software to do what I want, quick and easy and not get in the way. And that's where gigperformer is top of the tree. It's designed by musicians for musicians. Cables, plug in, couple of controls, you're done. Anyway, I have rumbled on enough. Say goodbye, uni.